The Coalition to Restore Coastal Louisiana took home first place in our latest round of our TEGNA grants. That's our corporation granting money to 501c3s. The organization got a grant of $8,000. This morning we're finding out just how the coalition will be using that grant money and how it will ultimately improve the Louisiana coastline, which has been disappearing for decades now. James Karst is here with more on that. And we were talking before we came on, this TEGNA grant actually will help in some projects you guys are doing.
Yeah, we're going to use it to take students and community members by kayak into Maurepas Swamp so they can see the swamp, they can see the biodiversity there, the wildlife, the birds. They'll probably see bald eagles and spoonbills and limpkins. They'll get to better understand what is occurring in the swamp and how we can preserve it. And then at the end of it, after their kayak trip, they'll be planting 5 cypress trees apiece. So they'll actually be taking part in the restoration of the swamp.
And that's an important part of keeping Louisiana safe. And we have lost so many acres of coastline over the years from you know, the oil companies building canals, you know, levying off parts of the river, things like that. I mean, we have talked about you know either dredging or letting the river meander and do diversion projects. What seems to work the best?
Yeah, it's I would say everything, and it's really a kitchen sink. We need to do dredging. We should reconnect the river to wetlands because otherwise they're being starved of nutrients, and periodic introductions of sediment as well as fresh water, and that has allowed salt water to creep closer north, further north.
And that wrecks more coastline.
That's right. It kills vegetation.
Yeah.
It just changes it. It changes the ecology of it. So we should be reconnecting the river to wetlands, but we should also be doing dredging. We should be doing things that we do, like we build oyster reefs using oyster shell from New Orleans restaurants. We plant trees and grasses really across Louisiana's coast, and that helps to anchor the soil.
And we hear a lot about that $50 billion master plan for Louisiana. There's no way we have that kind of money to do that right now.
Yes, we don't have the money to implement every project in that plan. We need to figure out a long-term funding solution for coastal restoration because it is an issue that's not going to go away. And the money from the Deepwater Horizon oil spill is going to run out at some point.
And we're out of time, but how much land are we losing a year now?
Well, we've lost about 2,000 square miles so far, which is about the size of the state of Delaware. And we're currently losing about, we call it a football field of land every 100 minutes. So it's very rapid.
And with hurricanes getting more intense and stuff, we need more coastline to help protect us.
It does. It's a buffer between us and the Gulf of Mexico.
Well, thank you for the good work you guys are doing. Thank you to all those who applied. We'll be giving out more grants to nonprofits coming up in the not too distant future. Let's get over to Alexandra.